Hey guys, it's your boy RL Knuckles, aka the Entertainment Fiend, here to give you the first ever Eagles recap of the first game of the season. And I'm just finishing up watching this Giants and Cowboys game, and wow, I mean, we're gonna get into that later, but wow, I mean, the Giants right now, this was definitely a game where they needed Odell Beckham Jr. because this offense cannot get anything going. But anyways, we're going to talk about the Eagles and the Redskins. And Eagles beat the Redskins for the season debut 30-17. So they finally end the streak of the Redskins had over the Eagles because we really needed to get this win. Now, right away, I'm going to see, Wentz had a pretty good second year intro game. I mean, it wasn't the best, but he did pretty good. I mean, the first play of the drive, his first drive, he scored a touchdown. Now the first two plays were throw-ins, and I don't understand why they're throwing the ball and stuff. So before I get into that, I gotta get into Doug Peterson, honestly. Like, I would say Doug Peterson was almost the reason why we lost this game because his play call was bad. The first part of this game, we just threw the ball, barely run the ball. Now, I am happy with the touchdown after that 3rd and 12. What Wentz does best, he's able to extend the plays when pressure's up on him and throws a pass to Nelson Aguilar, which I'm very happy for Nelson Aguilar. Perhaps that got his confidence up, but we've seen this happen before last year when they played against the Cleveland Browns and they beat Joe Hayden off of coverage. So he just has to be consistent. Zach Ertz had a big game, 8 receptions for 93 yards. He was basically Wentz's security blanket throughout the game. So without Jordan, I think honestly that game showed that, okay, Jordan Matthews is not here, but we're still able to hold down the fort pretty much. So I don't say I like Jordan Matthews, very popular guy here in Philly, but it's like I don't think they were like. Again, that showed that we didn't really miss him because now, like I said, Ertz is going to be his new security blanket. But now, still had a good game. Alshon Jeffrey wasn't there all that much. He didn't really have a big impact. Now, Wentz has be doing like deep throws. Like his deep throws were not good. Like there were times when it was behind the receiver where corners could have made plenty of receptions. Like that first play, Wentz threw down the field to Torrey Smith. Now Torrey Smith had Josh Norman beat. He had Josh Norman beat, but he underthrew that. And I'm like, that first play again, I'm like, why are you doing that? Oh yeah, Nelson Aguilar had like 6 receptions for 86 yards. I mean, that's good and all. Alshon Jeffrey had 3 receptions for 38 yards. He helped with that 2-point conversion on that play. So that was good to see. And Torrey Smith, he had 1 reception for 30 yards, but Torrey Smith, people say, oh no, Torrey Smith was. I think people were like not feeling the Torrey Smith addition, but he looked good. Though. He was being Josh Norman off of coverage and all that stuff. So he can still play. It's just that Wentz has to throw a better deep ball because he is beating these corners. He is beating these corners like he's beating these corners. I don't think he's all that bad as what people said. Torrey Smith can still play, so probably not as what he was back in Baltimore, but like he's definitely shown he can play better than what he did last year. But overall, I mean, the offense and the receivers, they were okay. They were good, pretty good for a decent start to the season. Like I said, but the problem is that Wentz did have an interception. I just don't know why. I said during that interception, I just don't know why we're not running the ball. And also, penalties were hurting us too because at the start of the third quarter, we had the ball. Times we had good plays, but one of the terrible things was that when we ran out of time which for after a good play, we were like 1st and 10. No, it was a penalty of Redskins. Then, time clock. We didn't get the ball out of time. We went to 1st and 15, and then it just, pulled us back. So that was one of the negatives with this game. It's just costly penalties. That's going to hurt us in the long run. We keep on trying to do that. And And also another thing was I want to talk about the running game is that it was in the second quarter when I think in the second quarter Blunt was starting to get into his groove. He had a 9-year pickup. That got us into the second touchdown with that little mixed play. But after that, Peterson just abandoned the run. And also earlier in that game, that stupid trick play, which I don't understand what Peterson was doing. Like, Wentz threw the ball too high for National Honor, so that was a bad throw by Wentz. But why are we doing that play? I don't understand. I really don't. Now, to the Redskins, Kirk Cousins did not look good. Like, he did not look good at all. We played against Kirk so many times. He can play so much better. And as you know, he's missed targets. Some of the people, he overthrew the ball. Some of them dropped the ball. He just missed his guy. Like Terrell Pryor only had six receptions for 66 yards. Like he could have done so much more in this game. Oh yeah, and Cousins was their leading rusher. 4 carries for 30 yards. So Fat Rob couldn't do anything about it. Like they were a mess on offense. Like they just couldn't get anything going. And our front defense, our front seven was getting the job done. Like they were all over. I mean, I wouldn't say that over him, but they were getting pressure. You saw a lot of pressure. There was, how many turnovers? Oh, there's one that led in the fumble. There's another turnover on special teams with I think it was it Crowder when he fumbled the ball, and then the other one was towards the end of the game. So I'm just watching the game and talking about this at the same time, man. Cowboys beat the Giants, man, 19-3. I mean, it's just terrible game from the Giants offensively. I'll say offensively. But anyway, back to the Eagles and the Redskins. Like, I really love the pass rush in this. They definitely, helped us out in where it mattered the most, especially in that, I don't know if it was in the third quarter, fourth quarter when Kirk Cousins threw that interception like toward near the touchdown. Like he overthrew Crowder and Jalen Mills got the interception. Now granted, when we got the ball back, we didn't, score, but we were able to again get the ball back and settle for a field goal. And towards the end of the game, our defense, I think it was about like a minute or 2 minute warning, a minute left. It's on our defense to make some type of play. And Fletcher Cox, spanked the ball out of Kirk Cousins' hands and it was Brandon Graham that knocked the ball out. And Fletcher Cox ran over for an Eagles touchdown. Now, granted, I thought it was going to get pushed back because Kirk Cousins was moving his arm forward. Now, granted, I never really liked that rule. That rule makes it, it's iffy for me. It's like his arm's moving forward, but like if you knock it out, like right there, like I don't know. I really thought it was gonna get pushed back, but it was a touchdown. I feel as though the refs probably feel sorry because Kirk Cousins threw the ball was intentional grounded, but the refs let that go. So I guess maybe this was forgiving us or something like that. So I don't know. So the defense stood the game for us. So as much as I like Wentz in this game, he had 26 for 39, 307 yards and 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. As much as I like Wentz's numbers, I gotta give it to our pass rush, man. The pass rush was all over the place for Cousins, and that was what we were missing from the pass rush last year. Now, granted, this is the first game. Derek Barnett didn't have a good game. He was going against, an all-pro tackle and Trent Williams. But I feel as though that your first game, everyone has their hiccups. But, I mean, I think me and majority of Eagles fans agree that Doug Peterson, he could have lost us that game. Like, if he would have made better play calling, we could have, destroy this team. Like we let the Redskins stay in the game with the dumb play calling. And to give your quarterback confidence, you have to run the ball. Like keep running the ball. You didn't run the ball enough. You really threw the ball more than you ran. I mean, obviously you threw the ball more than you ran it, but you barely didn't do the running game. And like I said, when Blum was looking good, you just say, hey, it's like, let's get to the passing game again. It's like, and you have to do the running game to eat some time off the clock when we're playing against other teams. When it's supposed to, time's on our side, but you want to throw the ball like it's Andy Reid all over again. And it's first game, but come on, Peterson. Now overall, good win. I like I said, we're able to, a win is always good. Now we'll talk about the Eagles and Chiefs. Probably on Wednesday or Thursday, depending on my schedule is. But I'm happy with this win. Like I said, it just comes out of Peterson. Offensive line was okay. It wasn't the best. It definitely could have played better. Like I said, I feel so. It's first game hiccups. I think, like I said, you can't really judge a team for the first game, but you can notice their problems and what they're doing and whatnot. So we'll see what happens. Let's see. Hopefully, Peterson can do something about this game. So we'll see. Now I want to talk about the NFC East as a whole. So let's get to this Giants and Cowboys game. Nothing to say, but Giants defense did everything. Oh yeah. Oh, actually, forgot big thing. Ronald Darby, man. With that injury, I think his right ankle says go through possibly. He's getting his MRI. Like it did not look good for Darby. Like it wasn't even like, I don't know if it was the first quarter or second quarter, but seeing Darby go down already, it's like, oh man, like it was tough to see. And we're already thin at cornerback. And from what I hear, that the injury wasn't all that bad, but even if he comes back, he needs to get into the groove of things. So I don't know, but next man up, they still stepped up. So it's gonna be tough against better receivers. So, and Redskins didn't have that many receivers, and like I said, Kirk Cousins didn't play well at all. So I don't know if he just didn't. I don't think he wants to be in Washington anymore. Honestly, I don't think he does. Really, because after how they've been treating him, like I say, his numbers weren't good today, but maybe he just wants to get out of there. And I don't blame him. I really don't blame him. So that's why I don't think they're going to win this division for the Redskins. Now back to this Giants and Cowboys game. Like I said, the Giants lost 3-19. It was just bad. The offense couldn't do anything. They made the Cowboys defense like Seattle right there. Well, then Seattle's defense was getting torched by Aaron Rodgers, but just I did pick the Giants to win this division, but like I said, it is the first game, but it just looked terrible. It just looked terrible for them. And I really think, they really need OBJ. Like, I did pick the Giants to win this game, but as I'm hearing that OBJ was doubtful, I'm like, oh, man. I think the Cowboys going to win this game because OBJ is going to be their best receiver now. I don't want to take anything from Brandon Marshall, but he was a no factor in this game. Couldn't do anything. Their best receiver was Sterling Shepard. They had no running game. Their offensive line was bad, but we all knew that heading into the season, but it looked even worse. And Cowboys don't even have a pass rush. They did today, though. They were bad against the quarterback last year, but tonight they were. So, the Cowboys' offense is still pretty good. Like I said, their Giants defense gave them their offense so many opportunities, and it's one thing about facing the Cowboys. If you cannot put points on the board when your defense gives you opportunities, Cowboys are going to take advantage over that, and they're going to score points. Now, granted, they only scored one touchdown, but they're still getting more points on the board, making it harder for the Giants to come back to win this game. So, this is going to be bad. So, for the Giants, it even looked like the Giants defense was getting frustrated with the offense. They're like, are you serious right now? Now, what are the Cowboys saying about this win? They beat the Giants because the Giants swept them last year. But at the same time, then you also make the argument that what would happen if OBJ was in the game, because he could have gotten open. He could have made these easy catches, but no, the other team were just all. I mean, the corners were just all over the place. Receivers couldn't get open. Like they were just a mess. They didn't even know what they were doing, and so it makes me nervous for my pick. But I can't switch now. But like I said, this is only the first game. There's gonna be some hiccups. You don't really know a team until possibly like the third or fourth, probably like the fourth game, third or fourth. You start knowing who these teams are. But anyway, there's a good win for the Eagles. Good win for the Cowboys. Dak looked like he didn't lose a step at all. But what would have happened if Giants would have made those points? I think in the first half they couldn't get to the Cowboys part of the field, and the Cowboys territory. I don't know why. It took me a while to figure out what that word was, but they didn't get to Cowboys territory until like the start of the second half. So the Giants offense, man, Eli did not look good at all. Like everybody in the whole offense did not look good. And OBJ is obviously their best player on that team. And when you don't have your best player on that team, I guess it's a different ball game. And I think about OBJ. A lot of people were like, "Yeah, I gotta go with the Cowboys." Even if he was in the game, he wouldn't have been 100%. Maybe we could have used him to distract the corners, the defense from the Cowboys. But other than that, though, nah, man, I don't know. I really don't know. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. This is for all the NFC East fans. Eagles fans are happy with the win. What were the problems that you witnessed in this game? Let me know if I missed anything. All my friends on Facebook, I talk to you guys all the time about this type of stuff. So like I said, I'm happy with the win. I'm pretty mad about the play call. The play call was not good. Happy with the defense against a good, Redskins offensive line. That was, definitely impressive win. It's like, a statement. It'd be like, hey, we're trying to be competitive in the NFC East too. Now, it's early to say. Maybe it could be a race between the Eagles and the Cowboys. But honestly, I think it's going to be a three-way battle between Eagles, Giants, and the Cowboys. Redskins, after what I just saw, I still have faith in the Giants for them winning this division because of their defense. But their offense needs to get it together. Hopefully, OBJ comes back soon to help them out. Well, actually, no. I'm an Eagles fan. I don't want to play, but nah, excuse me. I'm not gonna be like that. But anyways, give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Subscribe. If you like me or anything like that, because you will be seeing more football reaction videos and more, like I said, video game play in October. So, like I said, I'm very excited to see what the fall 2017 season has for me. And great way to start off Sunday night. So Sunday football, Sunday kickoff games. So it was a very good day for me today. Man, Eagles won. Giants lost. At least someone in the NFC East lost too. So I was very happy. So listen, let me know what you guys think about this video, and I will talk to you guys later. Take care.